Internet best friends. I hope you're having an amazing day today. So I am still riding my high from yesterday. I did my very first live stream YouTube video live chat thingy, and I was nervous to do that. I've never done anything like that before. And so that was really cool to connect with you guys. I didn't plan it, so there wasn't a ton of people on there, but it was cool to just chat with a few of you and share some tips and encouragement that hopefully helped anyone who was wanting to start their own YouTube channel. That's something that I recommend to so many people, and I'm just like really passionate about helping other people who are in the same position I was in, wanting to do something online, wanting to maybe transition from your 9 to 5 to working online, sharing something that you are passionate about, telling the world about, helping other people with, inspiring other people, and ways that you can actually monetize that and turn it into a business as well, because there's just like an abundance of opportunity on the internet. And I just want everyone who wants to take advantage of that to feel confident enough and know that they can figure out how to do that if that's something that they want to do. So if that's a certain way that you've been feeling, you can feel free to reach out to me. I told everyone in the live chat yesterday that I will be taking emails. So if you have any questions and you just want advice about starting a channel, or maybe some suggestions of how you could start making an income online part-time, or I know a big issue for a lot of people is finding clarity, like, because everyone tells you that you need a niche, you need a very specific niche, a specific topic that you're really knowledgeable about. And I just don't want you to feel like you have to keep waiting, when the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to just start taking action, start creating that content and putting yourself out there, because you can always pivot and grow and learn as you go. I just think that's the best way forward, to just take action and just be really, really bold and courageous. And if I can help you with that in any way at all, then just email me. My email address is melissaalexandria01@gmail.com. And something that I mentioned in that live video, and I will be doing more of them because I had so much fun connecting with you guys who watch me, being able to kind of respond to your questions live was awesome, and I'm going to keep doing that. But something that I mentioned in the video, and something that drives me every single day, is the concept of not wanting to have regrets one day. That idea is something that I've had with me since I was a child. This like idea of wanting to savor life and just enjoy life to the fullest, to be bold, to do the things that I really want to do that are in my heart, and to not let fear stop me. And whenever I watch movies and they show someone who's like 80 years old or 100 years old reflecting on their life and having regrets, that is something that I just feel like so deeply, and it like makes me cry. That is just this whole concept of like letting insecurities stop us, letting other people's opinions stop us. Like, this is our one precious, amazing life. And a big part of my calling is to inspire people to go out and create that dream life and to not let anything stop you. And I thought I would share with you a really, really powerful mind technique and practice for motivating yourself to take action if you feel like you've gotten into a bit of a lazy rut, or you haven't been taking action on your goals, or maybe you've just let yourself procrastinate a lot and you're like, I can't, seem to muster up the energy to actually like go and make anything happen. Or maybe you've been doing a lot of talk and not a lot of action, and saying that you want to start a business, or saying that you want to go out there and start dating or meet someone, or whatever it might be that you just feel like you've been kind of slacking on. I have a really powerful technique that can kind of help you with that motivation and kind of give you that boost to just say, hey, I'm going to go out there and be as productive as I can, and really just go and take life by the whatevers. And what that technique is, and you can do it right now, I want you to picture yourself at 100 years old. You're 100 years old and you are reflecting back on your life. Now really think of what that's going to be like to be 100 years old and have your 20s behind you, your 30s are over, your 40s are done, your 50s are done. And to feel like you're looking back at your life and thinking, oh, I was 50, I was so young, or I was only 60, I was so young back then. And to be just looking at those decades of your life, knowing that they're all done and that you don't have them to live anymore. And this is not meant to be depressing at all. It's just meant to be like kind of a bit of a shock, something to shock you in to seeing your life from a different perspective. Because I think it's so easy to let one day go by and feel like you procrastinated. And maybe that's not a big deal, to just to say, you know what, it was a day, I didn't do what I was going to do. Or maybe a month went by and you thought, you know, last month I talked about writing a book and how important that was to me as a life goal, and I took zero action on it. Whatever, this month I guess I'll try again. But there's a really different perspective, and it really shifts things when you actually picture that most of your life is over and you didn't do those things. And I want you to ask yourself, if you were in that position and you were looking back at your life, what 3 things do you want to say, I did that and I did it well and I put my all into it? What are 3 things that you're like, you know what? My life was such a huge success because I made sure that I prioritized that and I did it and I enjoyed it and I accomplished it. And so there is no right or wrong answer to this. It is what it is to you. So this is just like about self-reflection, but this is a great way to kind of shake your mindset up and say, hey, I don't want to feel that way one day. I want to look back on my life and be like, yes, I did it. I was nervous. I was scared. I felt intimidated. I didn't know how I was going to figure it all out. I didn't have all the money. I didn't have all the connections, but somehow or another, I was so motivated and I took action and I believed in myself and I did it. And I will share some of mine with you. A really big one of mine is the concept of helping other people with things that I've been through. I just feel like I could never say that anything in my life was a waste or a waste of time, or, you know, even the mistakes that I've made. I love the positive spin on saying, you know what, any time that I had challenges in my life, I took that and I created videos to inspire other people going through that same thing. So I took that negative experience and I used it for good in my life to inspire others and to help others. And that's what I'm trying to do now with my YouTube channel, because I think back to some of the frustrations I've had in my life. A big one that I had was a major depression and anxiety and panic attack filled period in my early 20s for a few years after a terrible and very challenging breakup in my life that left me feeling like a totally different person. I wasn't my same personality anymore. And I just knew, even when I was going through that, I'm like, I'm going to use this and I'm going to, like, I have this inner positivity. I have this inner person within me that I want to let shine again, and I'm going to use my time to inspire others. I'm going to use it to make a positive difference in the world. And so that's one that I'm already doing. And something else that I thought about is, you know, I wanted to create a YouTube channel for so many years. I wanted to feel confident enough to put myself out there and to show my real self, to show my personality, and to let other people know that, hey, you've got something valuable to share with other people as well. If you want to, you can even turn that into your career. You know, the internet has this like abundance of options, and so many of the resources are free. So don't let your fears stop you from actually doing something about it and just trying, because if you never try, you'll never know. And where that can lead is just infinite, the infinite different options of once you start taking action, especially online, because you're connected to the whole world. It's just a magical thing. And because it's been so amazing for me and brought me so much abundance and so much so many great experiences, I want others to experience that as well. So that is a big one for me, and that's kind of why I'm trying to help people with this online. And another thing that it would be a big regret for me is to say that I did not experience different places in the world and to travel as much as I possibly could and to explore the beautiful nature in the world. Like, I'm such an earthling. If you believe in horoscopes at all, I'm a Taurus, so I'm very like grounded earth. Like, I love planet Earth. I want to stay here forever. I want to like live to be 125 years old just so I can keep traveling and keep exploring and keep having experiences and see more. So that is a big one for me. I've traveled to over 30 countries. And I want to continue to see more places and to experience different cultures. So I need to really look at myself as the years are going by. Am I going to see as many places as I want? Am I prioritizing that? You know, maybe I can spend my money in different ways and say, hey, I need to start putting more and more aside for the trips that I want to take, because that is what brings me joy, and that's what's so important to me, and I need to manage my time to make that possible. And so just looking at your life from this 100-year-old lens and looking back is a great way to kind of look at things almost objectively, because you're not in it. You're looking at it from a different lens and saying, hey, Melissa did this in her 20s, Melissa's doing this in her 30s, and it allows you to just kind of reflect in a different way. Other things that those are the biggest two on my list. A third one is health. If I ever let my health slip with my own actions, like the things that are in my control, like eating healthy, prioritizing fitness, that is something that's so important to me. Not only do I want to be 125 years old, but I want to be 125 and thriving, feeling great, doing cartwheels. And you might not think that's possible, but I do. I can envision it, especially with all of the amazing technological, medical breakthroughs that are happening and all of this knowledge that's coming and changes that are coming. I'm a lifelong optimist and a major idealist. So since I was like, I don't know, 15, I said, I'm going to live to 125, and I set that as my intention, and I hope you're around at that time to see me thriving at 125. Okay, so that is another one on my list. But so if you are feeling like you're in a bit of a funk and you're like, ugh, I do have life goals, they're not really specific, I don't really feel like I've been taking much action toward like doing things that are really, 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 you know, in alignment with my life purpose, that's okay. You can't change yesterday, but what you can do about it today is do that practice. I encourage you to do that. Just right now, maybe you journal it out, like write it out, or just ask yourself, like close your eyes, what would make it so that I could look back on my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, and say, yeah, like I did it. I'm so proud of who I was and the courage that I had to like make those things that were so important to me, make them come true. And that can just be such a major productivity hack, because if you're feeling lethargic, a lot of the times it is because you're not honest with yourself about what it is you really want to do. It's easy to feel like bored and lethargic and like just let the days go by and just feel like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that I want to do. But I believe that deep down you have the answer. You just might be scared to take action on it. You might feel like you don't have the resources to make it come true, and it's just such a dream that it's become a pipe dream and it's not realistic for you. But I encourage you to take a second look at whatever it is you really want to do. If you've kind of written it off and written off this decade of your life and think, you know what, I have kids now, if that's your situation, and now I can't focus on myself anymore, or now I'm doing this, or I have other family responsibilities or financial responsibilities, I really, really encourage you to just do this practice and prioritize yourself. Prioritize what's in your heart to experience in your life, because this is your one precious, beautiful, special life, and I want you to just like savor it and enjoy it and love it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I honestly consider you guys to be like my internet family, my internet best friends. Even though I talk about such a variety of topics on my channel and I do not have one specific niche, I feel that everyone who is a part of this channel is kind of like on that same wavelength of positive mindset, of wanting to just enjoy life to the fullest. And I love you guys so, 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 so much. Have a beautiful day. Stay tuned to my live videos that I'm going to be doing more of on YouTube, so that if you have specific questions or you just want to chat with me, then you can join me there, and also on Instagram and on my Facebook page, which I will link in the description box. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.